Hi guys, my name is Inga From and I am one of your APDT board members, and I'm just coming with you today live, and so hopefully some of you guys can join on in with me. You can make remarks below if you want, give an idea of where you're from. Hopefully this is a really good lunch break to do some mindfulness exercises. So I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota, of course in my house, in the comfort of my house right now, and I would just want you to join along with me. So mindfulness is really about focusing on the present moment. We focus on the present moment and we don't allow ourselves to necessarily have any judgments, although they do crop up. And so I'm going to give you guys a list of things that you can practice, especially if you're starting to get anxious about things that are happening. Kind of embracing the unknown, and then moving along from there. So the first thing that I'm going to work on is something that we call candle. Candle is for those of you who have the jumpy amygdala, which is jumping really fast into emotional reactions. And if you guys ever work with aggressive dogs, as a lot of you guys probably do, we know that dogs, as well as us, don't make wise decisions when we are in fear or in panic or in fight or flight mode. So the candle exercise gives us a chance to have a pause. It's the pause, or the space between the stimulus and the response. And that is where good choices lie. So how you practice candle is you're going to sit in a comfortable place. And you could do this outside, in a shower, wherever you feel like you need to practice it. It's better to practice it when you're calm, so that when you have a time of emotional distress, you can just get in the habit of doing it. I learned this from my son's early childhood family education class, and he was 2 years old, and all the kids were practicing doing candle. So when they would get upset or there was too much chaos going on, that's what they would do. So what you're going to do with candle is you're going to take your hands all the way out to the side. You can't really see my hands there. And you're going to make a giant flame or a giant candle. And you're going to bring them all the way up to the top while breathing. So breathe in. And then make a candle. So when you bring your hands up and you pull down, you are going to blow out the flame. So we're going to do that again. We're going to go all the way up and blow it out. And it's best to do that 3 times, because if you do that 3 times, it just really gives you that good pause or that good reset, especially if I'm frustrated. So if you guys can do that one more time, that would be great. Let's do it again. Thank you. How do you feel after you do it? If you guys give me ideas about when you've tried this, I've literally done this when I was frustrated with my son. I've done this in a crowded place even, and I practice putting my hands up, blowing the candle out, giving me that pause so I can have space in between making those decisions. Okay, the next thing that we're going to practice doing is something called a loving kindness meditation. It's easy to do. This is something that I like to do every day, although I change the mantra up. And the loving kindness meditation is a mantra that you're going to repeat to yourself. And you can repeat this to yourself over and over for 1 to 5 minutes, depending on how long you want to work on it. And your mantra can be whatever you want. It can be individually based. Today I have a couple things that I put together that I think are really good for this time, especially during a pandemic. Making sure that you feel that you're giving yourself a little bit of slack and you're being kind to yourself. So what I shift that focus. So I'm going to say, may I be happy, may I be well, and peace. May I be happy, may I be well, may I be filled with kindness and peace. And you, like I said, you're just going to keep repeating that mantra over and over again. So, may I be happy, may I be well, may I be filled with kindness and peace. And you'll notice as you start to continue to work on saying it, your body will adjust to that. What you're saying in your head, your body will feel. So my shoulders might start to lower, my posture may become more comfortable, my jaw may become more relaxed, and you're going to feel better after you keep repeating that. May I be happy, may I be well, may I be filled with kindness and peace. And you can also substitute that for other people. So you could say it for maybe your boss, or you could say it for your loved one who you are quarantined at home with. So I could say, substitute maybe my son's name. So may, and then insert name, be happy, may he be well, may he be filled with kindness and peace. And sometimes sending blessings, especially when you're frustrated, makes you feel a lot better. So we're going to do a few more. The next one I'm going to talk about is just a routine of gratitude. So routines of gratitude during this time make me feel a lot better. When I may feel frustrated with the lack of or the unknowingness, that frustration can really come up and cause things like fear, anxiety, and lots of worry. So giving gratitude on a daily basis, some of the things that you can do to work on your routines of gratitude is when you first wake up in the morning, the first second that you open your eyes, or when you close your eyes at night, you can work on what kinds of things during that day, if it's when I close my eyes at night, that I want to be grateful for. Or if I'm just waking up and the second I open my eyes, what am I grateful for? We are so patterned as people. The second maybe an alarm goes off, we jump out of bed and we start a routine. And as we start a routine, our head starts ticking and ticking. And we start going into future things, past things. We're not very present in our body. So that second that we wake up, offering gratitude is a way to go. So I might say something like, I'm thankful for my breath. I'm thankful for my healthy body. I'm thankful for the roof over my head. I'm thankful for the food in my belly. I'm thankful for my loved ones. Whatever it is, my job, my car, and whatever the gratitude pieces are. You can also make a chart. Some people just like to make a chart, just like you would a to-do list. Instead, just write a few things down every once in a while when you think about it. So, routine of gratitude. Another thing that I find silly, but I've been practicing doing it since I've been in quarantine, is smiling. And so I'm practicing smiling in the mirror. It feels really silly. So when I get up and I start my routine, I'm going into the bathroom and I'm brushing my teeth and I'm just practicing smiling. And you guys will notice that you're going to wonder, what the heck, this feels kind of odd. And after you smile, it releases all these feel-good hormones. So just get in the habit of smiling in the mirror every morning and when you go to bed at night. And then get used to making eye contact and smiling with anybody that you see when you have to leave your house. I've noticed that then when I have to go to the grocery store, that more people are making eye contact. More people are smiling. And I'm really surprised by that. But I think just making that eye contact, acknowledging their existence, feels really, really good. So smile at your neighbors that you have to walk by, even if they're across the street, if you have to take your nightly walks with your dog or whatnot. It can make a world of difference. Couple more things. A way that you can start routine with our mindfulness can also be just a cleansing shower, not only for your physical body, but for your emotional body, if you're a spiritual person, for your spiritual body. And so what I like to do is when I'm taking my shower for the day, I'm not only thinking about cleansing my physical body, I'm thinking about cleansing everything off of me that I don't need. So whether I'm taking my shower in the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, I think about letting that warm water hit me and then focusing on washing away with that water and using your imagination to wash away fears, worries, concerns, even thinking about physical ailments, things that I don't want. I just ask for that water to cleanse it and go down the drain. And that can also include stuff that I feel like is stuck on me from watching the news, or frustrations about being in a quarantine, or frustrations about other people. So just wash it down. And if you get in the habit of doing it every day as your daily shower, we already wash our physical body, so why are we not focusing on our spiritual body or our mental pieces of ourselves? So I've got a couple more for you. A body scan. You can do a body scan anytime. A body scan is really helpful if you feel really out of focus. You don't really know where to go. You're feeling frustrated. This is good for body awareness. Our minds are constantly talking to our body, and a lot of times we don't pay attention to it. I'll notice that if I'm not body scanning, my shoulders may be up to my ears like this, instead of focused on being lower. I may notice that I'm not breathing properly. And did you guys know this is a perfect time to check out apps for that? They make apps to tell you if you're tense and if you're breathing properly. I haven't actually used them, but if anybody's used them, I want to know about it. So if I'm doing my body scan, I'm just trying to get an idea of where I find tenseness in my body. So I may scan from the top of my head down, or I may scan from my feet on up. So I can start with the top of my head. I'm going to get comfortable. I could even close my eyes. And then I'm going to start with focusing on the top of my head. So I'm going to focus up here, and as I scan down, I'm going to pay attention to anything that feels a little bit off. So some people even notice that they have a lot of jaw tension that they carry around when they get worried or frustrated, and it's really tense like this. So pay attention when you're doing your body scan. Where are those pieces in my body? Getting to my shoulders, a lot of people carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. And if I feel tense in those areas, practicing releasing that, however that's going to be. And look for me, scanning down my back, scanning down to my midsection. Am I breathing properly? And breathing properly, pay attention to your breathing. It tells you a lot of information. If I'm chest breathing here, and I'm not fully expanding all the way to my belly, it's not going to be very relaxing, and it's going to cause my mind to have issues. So if I'm belly breathing, I'm going to take my hands and put them on my belly. And when I'm breathing, I'm going to make sure I'm pushing the air out my belly, so then I know I'm breathing properly. So I can do a body scan all the way down to my feet. And I notice right now that when I'm doing my body scan, that my calves are really, really uncomfortable, because lately I've been running a lot at the nature center. That's one way my routine has been to make me feel better, is to be into nature. And so when I'm jogging, I also meditate when I'm jogging, and my calves are really tight. So body scans are really great. Some other things before we go. You guys have puppy mind? I suppose we call it monkey mind. But puppy mind is when your mind is wandering. It's distracted. You can't seem to focus very well. And those breathing exercises, like I just talked about, are really important. So following something that is a set of repetitions, or having a focal point, is really awesome to do. It trains your attention, and it takes you back to the present moment. You have no choice when you really have to focus on your breath. So one of the things that I like to do is I think about, if I'm going to breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth, if I focus on doing that for so many seconds, I have to be very present. So one thing you can do is you can plug one of your nose on this side and breathe in. We're going to do 5 seconds breathing in, and then we're going to switch and then do 5 seconds breathing out our mouth. So you guys can do it along with me. So we're going to do 5 seconds breathing in our nose. and it's going to slow you down, and you're going to have to focus on 5 seconds. So breathe in, and then breathe out. Breathe in, 5 seconds. Breathe out through your mouth, 5 seconds. And if you continue to do that, you can't focus on other stuff. I like to set an alarm on my phone sometimes if I, am having kind of a busy day and I need to work on the breathing. Otherwise, if I'm doing just straight up meditation and I don't have time, I can do that for quite a bit of time, and you'll find yourself allowing your body to be as present as possible. So those are a bunch of things that you guys can do, especially during these times that can be frustrating and worrying. We can't control what's going on in the world, but we can control what's going on in our own minds, in our own actions and our thoughts. And practicing mindful exercise is a really great way to do that. I have control of my breath. I have control of my body. I have control of what's going on in my head. So incorporate your dogs into your mindfulness practices. I'd love to see what ideas that you guys can come up with. Since we're all practicing probably 20 walks a day with our dog right now, you guys can do a mindfulness walk with your dog, which basically means taking your dog on the leash, and as long as you're social distancing from other people, just let your dog walk. Listen to the birds. Feel the earth beneath your feet. See what your dog does. Your dog, watch the animals. The animals right now will teach you how to be present, and it's a really great thing to see. Lately, I've been on my jogs in the nature center. I've been watching these big tom turkeys in full display. So take your dog on a mindfulness walk. So if you guys think about other great things to do, one other great exercise with your dog is dog's choice game. We're always asking our dogs to do things based on what we want. So I'll sit down with my dog, I'll put them on a leash, I'll grab a clicker and some treats, and I'll just let my dog do random things, and whatever I like, I'll click and reward that. So you guys could probably catch some pretty cool stuff. But that takes us back to being in the present moment, not having an agenda in our head, not forcing things, just allowing to watch our dog and teach us. Well, it's been a really great little time that I've got to spend with you guys in some mindfulness moments. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you have as well. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. Be safe out there, but enjoy what we have, because this is the present reality. So making sure that you are in the present moment is going to help you move through it. Have a good day, guys.